Yes, sir. We are back with the second episode of Entertainment Braimer Sports Podcast, and I'm your host, of course, Marquise Braimer. And last week was the first episode of Entertainment Braimer Sports Podcast, and I can't thank you guys enough for all the love, support, and you guys who watched episodes, man, on YouTube. And if you guys haven't watched them, please make sure to tune into the podcast's YouTube page for the 3 videos and follow the podcast's Twitter and Instagram pages. I want to thank everybody that joined the show last week, my 3 guests, my brother Tobias Bass, my brother Isaiah Man James, and certainly not least, my guy Ernest Holden. And with that being said, I want to move right along to my first guest. This guy is out of the country. He lives in Japan. He was one of my teammates in Virginia, football player. He plays professionally now in Japan. So he lived in Virginia, now back in Japan where he's from and was born, as well as working and playing football in Japan. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the second episode of Entertainment Braimer Sports Podcast, my brother, Vic Mitchell. Victor Mitchell, how you doing, man? How you been?
Doing good, man. Living life out in Japan.
You in Japan, man? I've never been. I always wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah, I'm in Osaka, Japan. It's the second biggest city out here.
How's everything going out there? Is it safe out there? You good?
Yeah, Japan's not that bad in corona cases compared to America because they really trying to have Olympics out here. So exactly. Cautious.
Compared to where I'm at, Texas, like it's crazy. They opened up the state early.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait till they get that what's it called? The vaccine, because nobody's gonna listen back in the States. Everybody clubbing and stuff too.
Man, it's hard to tell them stay in the house, man. It's hard. Everybody's gonna say, "You get it, you get it." I mean, here's what it is.
Thanks, bro.
But yeah, man. So I say you play in the X League over there for the Panasonic Impulse. Tell me how that opportunity came about for you.
All right, so basically it was like 2017 winter. I was going back to Japan with my mom just to see my family and stuff. And then my pops found out about like the X League and all that. And it's like it's basically a league for like it's like regular Japanese company workers. They just like put a league together. So it's like they work and then they go practice. So it's kind of like an amateur league, but they also have pros and stuff. So it's like semi-pro, but they have like the Americans are pros, so they get paid for playing football. But we found out about that, and then we set up some like interviews with Panasonic and another team, Fujitsu, and basically you just like started talking with Panasonic and Fujitsu, and Panasonic showed more love. So I kept my like connections with them, and then when I graduated, we'd set up like an interview and stuff, and then they just got me in here. They flew me out and everything. I liked it, so I ended up staying out here.
That's cool, man. I even read about you finished the season with 537 yards in only 7 games in the regular season, making you second in all of the X League. Was it a big transition from, Wise college football to going down there? How was it?
It was like, I mean, it's weird because it's like, it's just like more freedom, I guess. You get to like, they listen to you. So like the Japanese coaches and stuff. So you get to tell them like what you want to do and stuff. And it's just, I feel like there's more people like take this football a lot more seriously out here compared like, like back in Wise, people used to just like, be like, yeah, just going through the motions. They were like, all right, they don't really care like that for real. But like these people just, they put their like, they go to work from like 9 to 5. And then after work, they go practice, lift weights and stuff. So it's like, there's a lot more dedication and pride put into football. And for me, like the transition, like when I first came, like I had to work too, so I was like working 9 to 5, and then it was, I mean, it just felt like high school again, like a long high school day. But yeah, it was just like I kind of like changed, like in high school or college, I was more like I wasn't like really like making cuts and stuff. I was like playing like a power back. So like I was just thinking like I need to like change my play style a little bit. So I was just like slow my game down a little bit and created a tempo where I could just make my decisions a lot better. And yeah, it's where I started to do a lot better.
I see you done a lot better because you ended up leading your team all the way to the X Bowl. I seen you guys. Fortunately, y'all lost, but how's that experience making it all the way in your first season?
It was nice. It was like a good introduction to the league because like the championship game, there was like over 20,000 people. It was like whole. We were at the Tokyo Stadium, so it was like everybody all around. It was crazy. Like it was the biggest crowd I played in front of, but like it was real fun because it was just crazy. Like anytime I broke for like a little long run or something, everybody like, whoa! Shit, it was crazy. The atmosphere was amazing.
That's dope. I know you probably got some little fans, like little Vic fans out there, man. Happy and all that
Yeah,
stuff. So, man,
yeah.
I know you want to get back there. So, what's the expectation for next season? What you plan to achieve next season, individually and for the team?
So this upcoming season, we're supposed to. Our first game is like October 20 something. It's like the end of October. So we're only gonna have like I think it's gonna be like a tournament or something. But like basically, we're gonna play like we already know what teams we're gonna play. It's like two of like the lower ranked teams, and then we're gonna play this team called Obic. We played them in the semifinals, so it's gonna be like a tournament style. So we're gonna play them, and if we beat them, we're gonna go to the championship again. But in the three regular season games, try to just average at least 120 yards rushing, and then probably like 200 overall, all purpose. Because I want to be back there in a kick return, and they got me doing a lot of routes and stuff now. So I'm working on my catching.
Whoa, they got you out there being a real man out there. How many players on the roster?
I think we got like 50, maybe 50, but they have to like maybe 50 or 45. I'm not sure. Like they have to cut it down. Like each year there's like at least like three, or I think this year it might be like 4 or 5 people that have to sit out.
Mm.
But, yeah.
That's about kind of equivalent to the NFL, they have a 53-man roster. So that's probably
Yeah.
much even. Moving right along, man. I seen you post recently about the Black Lives Matter march that you guys held in Japan. You was there with your girlfriend and with friends and teammates. How was that experience? Like I seen there's a lot of people there, so how was it?
Yeah, nah, it was crazy. I didn't expect it was like over 2,000 people at the Osaka one. But yeah, it was just like a whole bunch of like black people that live out in Japan, their families and stuff. There's a whole bunch of like exchange students and international people from like all over the world, so coming out to support too. And like some Japanese businessmen, like regular businessmen and stuff, they came out to support. It was crazy. Like it just shows like how much people really care about like things have been a lot more progressive out here. It hasn't just been like a national movement in America, but it's been reaching out to international waters.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. I mean, when you posted, I was even shell shocked kind of because it's like how you said how a national thing in just United States can go to a national thing in the entire world, touching Japan. I seen France did something, those type of countries do stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, man. Uh, and with also, I wanted to ask you like, how has you were born in Japan, correct?
Yeah,
So how is it
yeah.
like being born in Japan? How was it, having to readjust yourself in the time zone? God knows it's kind of hard.
But you just gotta like the first day you come back, you just gotta stay up the whole day. Otherwise, your sleep schedule's messed up for like 2, 3 weeks. Because like what is like 12, 14 hour difference. So
Yeah.
yeah, you just gotta stay up, fight the day. Like when we came, when I was on the national team and we came from Japan to Texas, the first day we got there, we just stayed up and we practiced as soon as we got here. And then we just like knocked out at like 7 p.m. That's like the only way. You just gotta fight through it.
Leading up to my next question about it was a spring league actually. I seen the spring league that came down here to Texas. You ain't telling me, I would have pulled up, but
Uh,
I would have came out and supported and watched. But how was it, playing in the Cowboys Stadium? I've been in it a few times. I haven't been to a Cowboys game, which is crazy. I've been to like college games, but I've never seen the Cowboys playing it. But how was it?
Oh no, it was crazy. Like it was just like a whole bunch of NFL caliber people out there on spring league. It was a good experience. It was just like at first, because we definitely got some like size differences. Because us Japanese people, we're not that tall or big, but I mean, we put up a good fight. We just had a lot of little mistakes and stuff. But other than that, it was a pretty good game. I think once coronavirus, it goes down a little bit, I think we might have another little exhibition game like that.
I appreciate you though for joining the show, man. It's always
Yeah, no problem.
that always I played with and still playing because I retired, I hung it up, had to. Body was
Yeah.
I know your body, you wake up, you be like, I don't want to do this again. I want to go to practice. But yeah, man. Before you go though, I got a game that I make all my athletes play before, I end the show. It's called the No
All
Braimer.
right.
It's a segment called the No Braimer segment. Within the segment, I ask 7 questions. And for the record, don't think these questions are easy, Mr. Mitchell. All these questions, in my opinion, are hard. So, you ready?
All right, let's get it.
You ain't ready, but here we go. McDonald's or Wendy's?
I don't know. Japanese McDonald's is pretty good, bro.
Nike or Under
I'm
Armour?
going Nike.
Yum Yum sauce or teriyaki sauce?
Teriyaki sauce, man.
I love teriyaki sauce too, man. I ain't gonna lie. The ability to teleport or the ability to fly?
Teleport.
Hold on, you ready for this one? Justin Bieber or Ed Sheeran? I knew that was gonna get you. I knew it.
I'm gonna have to go. Baby.
Time or money?
You said what?
I said time or money.
Uh, hmm. I say time.
And last question, but not least. Kickatan or National River?
Gigaton.
Fake Warrior.
Real.
Hey, that's an insider for us, man, because we from the 757, the same area code in Virginia, man, and he played at Kickatan, whose team mascot's the Warrior, and I was in National River, whose team mascot's the Warrior. And everybody knows who the real Warrior is because if Kickatan played National River in football, they wouldn't win. They like depended on it. In the meantime, though, hope you stay safe in Japan. I'll do my best to stay safe out here in Texas. And like I said, it was a pleasure having you stop by. And
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Big Mitchell.